Okay, so today we're going to dive into something pretty cool that you sent our way.
Hmm.
It's it's from an indoor cycling instructor,
Hmm.
and they're clearly like super into music,
Yeah.
especially like singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
And we're going to kind of take a look at their perspective on Maren Morris
Okay.
and see if we could figure out like what is it about her music that really you know,
Kids people.
yeah, exactly, hits
Yeah.
people. It makes it so impactful. And it seems like, you probably agree with this instructor that you really like artists who tell their stories and really connect with their fans.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just looking at this piece, it's so clear that this instructor like really connects their own life with Maren Morris's music.
Yeah.
And they mention how excited they are for her new album Dreamsicle
Oh, yeah.
and how the single Carry Me Through with that whole theme of resilience like really hit home for them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like we all need that, right? Like that strength to get through tough times,
Totally.
whether it's, pushing through a workout or just dealing with everyday life.
Absolutely. Have you ever had like certain songs that just kind of hit you harder at certain times in your life?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like sometimes a song just like perfect captures what you're going through.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And it's not just the new stuff either.
Right.
This instructor also talks about how they first connected with Maren's earlier songs like My Church and A Song for Everything.
Those are classics.
Yeah. And it's so interesting how they found like this sense of peace and clarity in their cycling studio.
Hmm.
It's like their own personal church almost.
No.
And My Church like totally mirrored that feeling for them.
Oh, wow.
It makes you think about those places or things you do in your own life that give you that same kind of feeling.
Right. Like those spaces where you can just like be yourself and feel connected.
Yeah. And how music can make those feelings even stronger.
For sure.
And then there's A Song for Everything.
Ah, such a good one.
It's like everyone has like a soundtrack to their life.
Totally. It's
Go
like
ahead.
the songs that just take you back to a specific moment
Yeah.
or feeling.
Yeah. It really shows how powerful like little details in songwriting can be.
Mm-hmm.
Like Maren's writing about her own experiences, but somehow they just tap into these universal themes.
Yeah, like finding comfort and meaning in everyday life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what about you? What kind of songs would be on your life's playlist?
Oh, man. That's a tough one. I think there'd definitely be some like classic rock in there.
Right.
Like some Springsteen, maybe some Tom Petty,
Nice.
and then probably some like more mellow stuff too
Okay.
for those chill moments.
Yeah, I feel that. So it's pretty cool to see how this instructor followed Maren's musical journey.
Right.
Like when she started branching out from country and doing more pop stuff with songs like The Middle and Make You Say.
Yeah, she's definitely not afraid to experiment.
No, she's not. And the instructor was totally into it.
That's awesome.
And then they were really drawn to Humble Quest too,
Hmm.
which is like a way more introspective album.
Yeah, it's definitely got a different vibe.
Yeah, it shows how versatile she is as an artist.
Totally.
Yeah.
And how willing she is to try new things.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You can see why someone who loves all kinds of music would be so drawn to that.
For sure. Have you ever followed an artist through big changes in their style?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Why?
Like, I remember when I first got into this one band, they were super like punk rock.
Oh, wow.
And then over time, their sound got like way more electronic.
Mm.
And honestly, at first I was kind of thrown off.
Yeah.
But then I like really started to appreciate how they were evolving and like pushing boundaries.
It's cool when artists can do that.
Yeah, and still stay true to themselves, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like Humble Quest felt very real and honest.
Yeah.
Like it added a whole other layer to Maren Morris's storytelling.
Totally. It just goes to show that artists aren't like frozen in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like their experiences and views change, and their music reflects that.
Right.
So there's this part where the instructor brings up something that's kind of a big deal.
Okay.
It's about Maren being more outspoken about her political views lately.
Ah,
And they admit that they don't always agree with her.
sure.
But they also say that they respect her right to express herself.
Yeah.
And they even talk about times when they've faced backlash for their own beliefs.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it adds like a personal dimension to their perspective.
It does.
It makes you think about how we deal with artists who have different views than us.
It's a tricky thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like, how do we separate the art from the artist, especially when personal beliefs are involved?
Right.
This instructor seems to really wrestle with that.
They do.
And ultimately, they decide to focus on the music and the connection it creates,
Yeah,
which is a pretty nuanced take.
it is.
Like, you can appreciate art even if you don't agree with the artist on everything.
For sure. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it depends. you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easy to separate the art from the artist,
Mm-hmm.
but other times it's more complicated. Like if
Wow.
an artist's beliefs are really harmful,
Yeah,
it can be hard to support their work.
I get that.
But I also think it's important to remember that everyone is complex,
Mm-hmm.
and artists are no exception.
Right.
They're allowed to have their own opinions, even if we don't agree with them.
Yeah, totally. And the instructor makes this really great point about not canceling people just because you disagree.
Hmm.
They talk about being bigger than the noise, which I think is so relevant these days.
Yeah, it's like choosing to focus on what unites us rather than what divides us.
Exactly. It's about valuing the connection you have with the art,
Yeah.
even if there are disagreements on other stuff.
It gets to the core of that whole debate about separating the art from the artist.
Yeah,
And the instructor's personal experience really makes their argument for understanding and appreciation even stronger.
it does, especially when the art means so much to them.
Totally.
Now, on a lighter note, the instructor tells this awesome story about finally seeing Maren Morris perform live.
Oh, cool.
It was in Vail, Colorado.
Nice.
And they'd tried to see her before, but things kept coming up.
Yeah.
But then a last-minute cancellation freed up their schedule.
Wow.
So they went for it, even though the weather was, like, crazy.
Like how crazy.
Like raincoats and tarps everywhere.
Oh, wow.
But the crowd was so hyped.
Ah.
And then get this, Maren came out wearing a Vail sweatshirt.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know, right? It's like this little thing, but it makes such a difference.
Yeah, it shows that she really cares about her fans.
And that she's paying attention to where she is.
Totally.
Yeah.
It turns the concert into something more than just a show.
Yeah, it's like a shared experience.
Have you ever been to a concert that was memorable for, like, unexpected reasons?
Oh, yeah, totally. Once I saw this band and their guitar player broke a string, like right in the middle of a song. But instead of like stopping the show, he just kept playing and like made this awesome solo out of it.
That's amazing.
It was so cool. It's like those little moments that you never forget.
Yeah, for sure.
So the instructor wraps things up by like really emphasizing Maren Morris's talent.
Mm.
And they directly encourage anyone who's thinking about canceling her to reconsider.
Oh,
They say it's important to look past disagreements and appreciate the artistry.
that's a powerful message.
It is. It's a call for empathy and a reminder of how powerful music can be.
It really sums up their whole journey with Maren Morris's music.
Totally. Like they started with this connection to my church.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had to navigate these different viewpoints.
Yeah.
And in the end, they landed at this place of deep respect for her talent and her work.
It's a cool evolution.
Yeah, it is. And then there's one last thing the instructor mentions, Maren's past relationship with Ryan Hurd.
Oh, right. They were married for a while.
Yeah. And they collaborated on that song, Chasing After You.
I love that song.
Me too. It's so good. And the instructor points out how much musical chemistry they had as a couple.
They definitely did.
Yeah, even though they got divorced earlier this year.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, but they still had this really special journey together as songwriters.
Right.
And guess what the instructor says? Next time they're going to focus on Ryan Hurd.
Oh, well,
So this deep dive into Maren Morris might just be the beginning of a bigger exploration.
that's exciting.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how their individual artistic paths influenced each other.
Totally. And what we might discover in a deep dive into Ryan Hurd's music?
Exactly. It's like this whole interconnected web of creativity.
For sure.
So thinking about this instructor's experience with Maren Morris's music from that first spark with my church to dealing with different viewpoints and ultimately celebrating her talent, it really makes you think, what does it mean to you when an artist's personal life intersects with their art?
Yeah, it's a question we all have to grapple with.
It is. It's not always easy to figure out,
No, it's not.
but it's definitely worth thinking about.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
It's been a good one.
It has.
Until next time.
See ya.